Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with elevator buttons by Gene. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, meaning in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have these German whisper lines in the grid, these thick green lines here. So what those do is any two adjacent digits on the line have to have a difference of at least 3. So if this was 2, this one needs to be at least 3 away from it. So our options are 5 or 6. 5 is 3 away, 6 is 4 away. Can't do something like a 3 because that's 1 away. Can't do a 4 because that's 2 away. That's not at least 3. That's true of every pair of digits along the line. So these two, these two, these two, these two, these two, these two, oops, these two, etc. We also have greater than arrows. So that's these arrows in the grid. A digit in a cell with an arrow must be larger than all of the other digits in the grid in the cells along the direction of the arrow. So this here, for example, let's say this was a 5. Then that means that all of the digits it points at, all 4 of these, must be less than 5, because this needs to be the biggest among them. It has to be larger, strictly larger. So we could do, for example, a 4 here, a 3 here, a 1 here, a 2 here, and we repeat the 4. That would be fine. What we can't do is put a 5 here, because then this would not be bigger than all 4 of these. It would be the same as this, and definitely not 6, because this would be smaller than the 6. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. I'm kind of wondering about 6. I want to start with these arrows, and we know that we can't ever put a 6 in any cell that's pointed at by an arrow. So let's just look at every cell that's pointed at by an arrow. Let's give that a little subtle gray tint. You know what? Let's just be bold. Let's make them purple, because gray kind of interferes with the arrows here. So the purple cells just can't be 6 because they're pointed at by an arrow. And if we put a 6 anywhere here, like here, then this arrow would have no value. It would have to be 7 or higher, which doesn't exist. So this box, you'll notice, has only one non-purple cell. So that's a 6. And what we can do is we can then purple out these cells because they're seen by a 6. So they can't be 6 either. So 6 is in one of these two. Let's see. Any columns or rows useful? No. Okay. So this X does not contain a 6 at all. Now there's something interesting about German whispers, which is the 3 and the 4. So think about 3, for instance. What digits are at least 3 away from 3? And the answer is only the 6. 1 is 2 away, 2 is 1 away, etc. 6 is the only option. But we can't actually put a 6 on this X, meaning we can't put a 3 on the X either. 4 forces a 1, which is the other interesting digit. So there are no 3s or 6s on here. These are from 1, 2, not 3, 4, 5. Now, this middle one is interesting because these two and these two both have to be buddies with the middle digit. So if this was a 4, for example, then every single one of these would be a 1, which is obviously a problem for Sudoku. 5 would force 1, 2 pairs all along here. And 2 would force 5, 6 pairs. So 2 isn't going to work because we can't put a 6. 2 would force all of these to be 5, so that's not a 2. Now the 1 would force these to be 4, 5 pairs. So the 5 forces 1, 2 pairs, and the 1 forces 4, 5 pairs. So we don't know exactly which pairs they are, but they're both pairs of that kind. It's kind of interesting. Okay, how do we continue this? I'm wondering if I should get rid of my purples at this point. Okay, so actually, this arrow is a bit limited because if from these 3 cells here, you'll notice if the middle is a 5, then obviously that would have to be 6. Now, if the middle was a 1, then these are 4 or 5 pairs, but these two are the same digit as each other. They're either both 4 or both 5. So we could do 1, 4, 4, which would allow this to be a 5. So this is 5 or 6, but only 5 or 6. This has the exact same restriction. So this is 5 or 6. Okay, so if the middle is 5 though, then both of these have to be 6, and that's not going to work. Right, one of these has to be a 5, and they both point at the middle, so this has to be the 1. And that makes these a 4 or 5 pair. And whichever one ends up the 5, whether it's here or here, that tells us where the 6 goes over here. Okay, that's interesting. So we know this is not 6 because of the column. I think I don't need the purple 6ing anymore. Let's actually get rid of that. Now this, do I know anything about this? I mean, it's not 4, 5 because of the 4, 5 pair here. In fact, we know these are from 1, 2, 3. We know these are from 1, 2. Actually, sorry, this is from 2, 3 only because it sees 1, 6, 4, 5. In fact, this whole box just needs 2, 3. So there's another property of German whispers we can use here, which is that they alternate low high. What do I mean by that? Well, a low digit is 1, 2, 3. A high digit is 4, 5, 6. So you just kind of split it down the middle. And we know this is a low digit because it's only 1, 2, or 3. So from 1, 2, 3, how do we get 3 away? Well, we're never going to be able to subtract 3 because we'd be at most 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. That's the biggest digit we've got. So we're going to have to add at least 3. And by adding at least 3, we're getting to at least 4. So we end up in the 4, 5, 6 range. And then from 4, 5, 6, we have the opposite problem. We can't add 3. We must subtract. And we get back down into the 1, 2, 3 range. So that's how we can pencil this German whisper line here. And that gives us a 1, 2, 3 triple in the box. So this is 4, 5, 6. Now, do we have any arrows looking up into this box? Only this one here. These are staying pretty low. So far, this just needs to be at least 4 because this is a 2, 3 pair. So there is going to be a 3 in here. So this can't be a 3. We do have this 4, 5 pair. See, this one here, technically, can we do a 1, 2 pair here and then... Oh, okay. So here's something to note, which is that, remember, we have to alternate low-high on a German whisper. So one of these must be high. So one of these is at least 4, which means that this is at least 5. So this is a 5, 6 only. And it's not a 5 because of the 4, 5 pair. So this has to be 6. All right, and that places the 6 in this box. Now that this can't be 6, these can't be 3. Remember, 3 must go to 6. Places the 3 here. So now that's not a 3. This is 4, 5, 6, making this 4, 5, 6. These are all 1, 2, 3. It's not a 1. So this is low, so these are high, making it a 4, 5 pair because they can't be 6. This is 2, 3. And because it's a 4, 5 pair, we know that one of them is 4, forcing this to be a 1 because the 1 must be next to whichever one of these ends up 4. All right. This is going smoothly. Now, we have 4, 5 with the 2, 3. So we need a 1 up here. 1 in one of these two. Okay. Wherever the 1 ends up, it's going to be low, right? So one of these is low, and so that means both of them are low because we alternate. So this is high. This is a 4, 5, 6, but it's not a 4. 4 would force both of these to be 1. In fact, sorry, I should have realized earlier. This can't be 4 because it would force both of these to be 1. Or another way to put it is one of these is a 2, forcing this to be 5. So that's 5 and 4. 5, 6 pair. This has to be the 3, so what's left? That's 2 and 3. Left for the row, I should say. So these are low, making this not a 6. That's our 6. Okay, so 4, 5. Oh, so we're not exceeding 3 along this diagonal anyway. This is 5, this is 6, this is 5. Remember, that does force this to be 4, 4, 5, 5, like that. That's our 4, that's our 4, that's our 5. We get a 6. All right, we're actually done with 5s and 6s. We're almost done with the puzzle. These are from, let's see, this is 1 only. And this is a 2, 3. Oh, it's not 3, so that's 2. Oops. That's 2, that's 3, that's 2, that's 3, that's 1 and 2. That's 1, 2, 3. We need a 1 up here, we need a 2 up here, and we need a 4. There we go. Cool puzzle, Gene. I enjoyed that one. That had some neat German whisper logic, and I really like how the greater than arrows interacted with our German whispers in interesting ways. There was probably, if I were to solve this again, there are some insights you can do much earlier. But I actually kind of liked the flow that I did. I had a lot of fun. All right, well, let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.